Hey folks, welcome to the boss guide for Saddle of the Dreadnought, otherwise known as Jamanra. And this is a pretty difficult fight. There's a lot of things that you don't want to stand in for sure, or else they'll just, one-shot you. Um, some builds have it easier than others, but I'm going to show you step by step how to avoid those things with some freeze frames and some arrows so you know exactly what to look out for. Alright, so first things first, you want to look for these like little lightning pillars. There's one right there. I'll put an arrow onto it. It'll start to like crisp up like it's about to go off, and you want to dodge roll out of the way of that, and it'll do a little area of effect explosion around itself. So I didn't effectively dodge that one, but it's not the end of the world because that one doesn't do too much damage. It's just when you stand in that thing with something else, you have the potential to get a lot of damage on you. Alright, then you've got these like little lightning things. I think these ones are pretty straightforward. They're pretty obvious. You just don't want to stand next to those. They will indeed shock you. Alright, now this is the phase I think kills the most people. So you can see it drains your health really quickly. Now there's a little lightning spire on the ground, and wherever it is, it creates a force field, and behind the force field there's a safe spot. And so you can see that there. That's why I'm standing in that spot. You can see the little force field with the little yellow glowing thing. And that's what you want to look out for and stand in there. Now, of course, for minions, this kind of sucks because you're like, you don't have any damage. You're like stuck in this little spot, but it is what it is. Okay, then you're going to continue on DPSing down the boss. I'm just going to make this go a little bit quicker, and we'll meet back at the next part that's interesting. Alright, he'll spawn his next phase when he gets about a third of the way down. The main things to look out for in this phase are a couple of big overhead sweeps like that. He'll usually scream some voice line. Ooh, that was close. He'll usually scream some voice line before he's about to do it. I'll put a freeze frame there so you can kind of see what he says. Mainly just try to stay out of the tornadoes. They are homing, so sometimes it kind of sucks. There we go. So he says, Forge of Hate. He screams it out, and then he does a big wind-up, and then he slams down in front. So basically, you want to keep him on your screen. You don't want to have him off screen. So you want to be able to see when he's doing his big wind-up so you can dodge roll out of the way of it. And sometimes it is hard with like all the tornadoes and whatnot. Like, you're trying to like dodge everything. There's another one. Again, same thing. He lifts his spear up in the air and then does a big sweep. I'll get a bit of a freeze frame on that a bit later so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, he throws things. His throwing attack doesn't really do very much damage, so I don't bother wasting a dodge roll for that, just in case I need a dodge roll for something else. Okay, then sometimes he'll scream 10,000 spears, and then things will start coming down from the sky. And it's pretty telegraphed, so you can see here there's like lines up and down from the sky, and then the lightning bolts will fall down on top of those. So they're pretty easy to dodge. You can just dodge roll out of those and not take any damage. Oh, here's another example of his sweep. You'll see it like gets like bright, and then you want to get out of the way of it. I just got hit by it there. I was almost out of the way. If I had like an inch more, I would have not got hit by that. But it was just, I was dodging the other stuff earlier, and I just didn't have the room. Sometimes you're gonna get hit by stuff on this fight just because, like, there's so many things going on. It's hard to track everything. And like the spears coming down, they don't do too much damage. But they do lightning, so they can shock you and then make you take more damage from something else. Okay, then he summons this thing here, which is like, it spits out things in a line. As long as you stay out of that line, you shouldn't be in too much trouble. He does spawn a second one later on in the fight, and then the arena gets pretty tight because they kind of intersect each other, and then you get caught up in the top corner, basically. So this is the hard part here. This is the part where like everything is happening. He's like slamming. There's tornadoes. There's just a lot of things going on right here, and there's not much room to dodge. So there's that sweep again, as you saw. The thing came up in the air and then came down. There he does again. There's no room to dodge, so I'm just getting hit by like a lot of stuff there. As long as you don't get hit by like 2 or 3 things in a row, you should be fine. And then, yeah, he goes down, and that's pretty much it. If you like that explanation, please like and sub. I think only like 2% of all the people who watch me are subs, so it really helps the algorithm if you can leave a sub and a like. Thanks, guys. See you next time, and good luck with early access. Peace.
This is not over.